Good evening. My name is David. I am a professional clarinetist and a professional designer. When I'm not on a stage performing or rehearsing or practicing, I find myself living in the world of vector design. And I've always looked for the intersection between vector-based design and music. And for a long time, I was very focused on how musicians read music. And now I'm focusing on what instruments they play. I live literally a stone's throw from your seat. I live right across the street, and this is where the business will reside, production and design. My wife and I teach music lessons at Southside Studio. I'm a clarinetist. My wife is a violinist, and for the last 15 years, almost on a daily basis, I've heard the best and certainly many examples of the worst that's available for string students of today. Mathematics has always been a part of violin design for 6 centuries. For the last 5 centuries, we've been relying on paper, pencil, wood, and chalk. And my proposal is bringing in the ideas that we have in the 21st century. At the same time, guitar makers have been using 3D modeling and CNC precision milling to produce incredibly interesting designs and really thinking beyond the techniques that were set in stone in the 1500s that are still followed today in the production of viol instruments. As a clarinetist for the last 15 years, I've managed to play and been very proud to play clarinet parts that were designed and manufactured in the same way by Maury McCoon in Vancouver. The top clarinetists in the world are playing these instruments, or these instrument parts, and experimenting with wood choices, shapes, and weights, which I definitely want to bring to the design of the viol, which has been untouched, again, for 6 centuries. And it's about time that we start to rethink what is possible. 3D modeling and the production of viols has been part of our world for about 15 years, largely done in factories in Asia. And I feel that the details that we have as possibilities, aesthetic choices, shapes, sizes, even choices of varnish have been ignored, and we can bring this to the 21st century. At Southside Strings, we've already designed viols in a 2D environment, and this design is ready to be put right into the 3D world. We want to use, again, choices of woods that might more closely fit the needs of performers today. Maybe they're not playing in a symphony, maybe they're playing in a rock band or a bluegrass band or a country band, and their needs for production and for resonance vary greatly from the needs of the musicians of the 1600s. The other great thing is we do have 6 centuries of information. So we want to use the 6 centuries to inform our designs today. This is an example of an instrument made, again, 600 years ago. Team building, we're at the very beginning. We've been contacting woodworkers and instrument makers in the area. And we want to really give quality instruments to students that really deserve it. And once we have this, we want to go on looking at other string instruments, guitars, mandolins, ukuleles, and go beyond what Chattanooga has to offer. Thank you very much.
What do you expect your price points to be in comparison to, I guess, instruments that are on the market now?
I'm really looking at the intermediate price point. So thinking around the $1,000 mark. This is going to maybe bring quality to that price point that was only originally available to the $15,000 to $25,000 price point, and bring production from a 6-month to a year waiting list to something like 2 days. Really just waiting for the glue and the varnish to dry will probably be the longest part of the production process.
So are you thinking about 3D printing instruments?
Not printing, using CNC wood milling, which is a reductive technology, but the interface, modeling in the 3D environment is the same. But we would be making out of wood instead of a resin or plastic that use in 3D printing.
No one's doing this? That surprises me.
They are doing it, largely in factories in Asia,
Okay.
but I really don't feel that they're exploring the details that are possible. And again, just choices of varnish are just never been explored, ever.
So you're taking, and I just want to make sure I'm processing this right, you're taking woods, varnishes that have never been used for an instrument like this? Or what am I misunderstanding?
Exactly, in the variables that we can choose from, yes, exactly. Maybe starting to use different woods, which might...
Would they give a different sound?
Say again?
Would that change the sound?
It might. For example, a very young student playing a violin is often quite shocked at the intense, sharp sound that the violin is making. Maybe we can choose a wood that doesn't create such a sharp sound, maybe like a walnut or a mahogany rather than a maple, and might introduce a nice sound to a young student, which would be very beneficial.
So it's really kind of custom. If I'm going to buy a violin, I can come in and have all these various options, and I can chart it out in a couple of days or a week.
Exactly. And we hope to bring that to an online environment, so it doesn't have to be the walk into my shop.
Thank you.